Hey, ko, hi. Welcome to a new video. So today we're gonna be talking about a controversial anime. All time, I guess. That's what this. It's Kishi claimed. Don't worry. I watch pretty much other his videos. Yeah, we're going to react this particular anime. Yeah, I watched this series. Okay, I know pretty much the story behind it. Okay. Like he talked about how disturbing this was. Like for me, it's just not that kind of disturb me. Just not like European and Boku no Pico. Yeah, if you watch those, it's kind of disturbing to me. That's what kind of disturbs me, especially Rupiah. I know I pronounced it that wrong. I think Rupiah, Phobia. I think it's kind of pretty much more disturbing than this eight more like 80s and 90s anime. Pretty much more disturbing than this one. For me who watch those kinda more disturbing, yeah. If you don't like kinda disturbing things, you can exit the video. And spoiler alert on this, we're gonna talk about pretty much whole thing in the series. So if you wanna watch this, if you kinda those dark theme, for me this is not pretty much dark. It's just a revenge thing. Yeah, let's start the video. If you enjoy this, smash the like button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my content like this. This is second time I'm react something. I pretty much don't know why I'm doing this, but just like yeah, let's try talk about this since I pretty much bunch of times about this show and try to understand why he done does all this and pretty much understand how the story works.
記憶を消して顔を変えてやる。 If you think that is bad, you don't even want to know what happens later. Redo
Not kind of bad though. Satisfaction, I guess.
Healer disrupted the anime world in 2021. The community took to arms, calling it the most disturbing anime of all time. YouTube
Yeah, in this. Wait, on 2021, but me watch 80s and 90s anime. This is not a thing. This is not much more disturbing than other things that I watch. Like I said, Boku no Pico and Phobia. I mean Phobia, I think.
YouTubers jumped to cash in on easy views, and the internet created more memes than any other anime in the past. And
Yes. Even though they much pretty much more memes of it. The first time I freaking watch it, I use that especially in Kero laughing a profile pic.
nearly 4 years later, it's time to figure out how the most infamous anime of all time created a fanbase more devout than the My Hero Academia defenders with
True. Because pretty much if you're trying to wait, what is it called? To understand the story, you're going to start pretty like just defending it to the people who hate it, just saying this is disturbing. Even me too. In the first came out in the anime, it's like, what am I watching? This is fucking ridiculous, man. Yeah, but after really thinking, just waste my 12 weeks to this show after learning about the stories. It's kind of good though than other disturbing things that I just watch. More torture, I guess. Like Europea, yeah. If you watch those, hit the smash like button, of course.
Many
You can exit the video if you don't like disturbing things. If you get disturbed on this one.
demanding a season 2, so let's see if it's really as bad or
Yeah, I'm hoping to a season 2 too. But no news for now. Let's continue.
as great as they all say. So if you've never heard of Redo of Healer or haven't watched it in a while, yes, I said in a while because this has to be one of the most rewatched anime of all time. But here's the
I'm guilty on that. I rewatched it too. Very much of it.
setup. We have Kiaru, a commoner from a fantasy village who gets gifted the abilities of healing magic, where then he is invited to join the Avengers in order to take down the Demon Lord, but he gets tortured and abused by his fellow Avengers. But once they complete their task of defeating the Demon Lord, he stole its power to restart his life with all of his memories to seek out
Yeah, it's true about it.
revenge. And no, I know what you're thinking, but it's actually not an isekai. You can also easily tell it's not an isekai because they wouldn't spend that much time in the original world anyways. Now you may be thinking, how does he go back? Why does he keep his memories? Why do the Avengers hate him? Oh,
It's easy, dude. It's in the freaking show. Try to tell you. Why? He goes back time to stop abusing him. That's pretty much of it. He used his hero healing magic to reverse time and then try to execute his plan by getting the what's it called? Eye to see everything. That's with the show clear telling, and then he saw his face and then regain his memories. Pretty much like he saw his face.
very fantastic questions with zero explanation at all.
Are you sure about that? It's in the freaking show, dude. It's clearly in the show trying to tell you that why the other heroes just hate him because they think he's pretty much useless. And then every time he uses the magic, he's passed out because the reason is he can see the pain and experience those who's healing him. He's healing, I guess. And then that's how he regain his memories. Just use the power up. I can see everything, like your information, your status. That's why he regained memories. That's the reason why he knows his past time. Okay? You're trying to claim there's no explanation at all. Clearly, you don't understand the show. That's the reason why I'm calling this out. You don't understand the show at all. You just must very much point out the disturbing thing you might be think.
You ever write an argumentative essay in school on like fucking avocados? And you're like, avocados are bad. And your teacher's like, why? And you're like, avocados make people sad. She's like, why? Avocados make people cry. Why? Redo of Healer is exactly why your teacher has done that. Because whatever line you write or character you write in needs to be done with actual purpose. But what happens next?
The purpose is in the freaking show. You clearly don't understand the show, I guess. Pretty much, he explains it that he's think they useless. The hero ability, I mean, healing ability. Because every time he uses it, he's passed out. Because those pain can feel those pains. And then, yeah, it's just like you said, he was abused for their own goods, dude. That's pretty much a bit. Just abuse it. Oh my god.
That wasn't too controversial. It may be written worse than My Hero Academia, but for it to be touted as the most infamous anime of all time, it's not that level bad yet. Because now we have reached the most infamous anime episode of all time. You edgelords know exactly what this is. And jokes aside, if you're someone who is sensitive to the word that starts with R, do not watch this anime. There's a lot of references to the word throughout the entire series. So for the time being, we're gonna have to swap it out for the word poke. But
Yeah. He's trying to say poke for some reason. That's the reason why he done those. Oh my god. This is like a teacher give you an essay and then try to do it and then you don't quite understand the context. What is the context of the essay that you're working on? It's just trying to tell you this. You're just saying avocado is bad. There's an explanation within it. You just don't recognize it. Surely, I don't. I know. First, I watched this. I don't what. I don't like this at first. But trying freaking watch all of the episodes, trying to clearly to explain to you why the context of those first two episodes, right?
episode 2 starts with his new life, but this time around we get more time with Princess Flare, which has become one of the most popular characters in the edgy side of the anime world. Besides the fact that people on the internet
I cannot deny on that. Pretty much edgy.
have fallen over Flare's character design. When she was introduced, she seemed to be a pretty nice, pretty kind lady.
Yeah, that's the first the show trying to tell you, but that's not what it. Oh my!
She pulled this dude up from the gutter, made him into something. Wait, what happened? What?
What happened? Clearly, after he healed Kureha, and then pass out because she experienced and pain endured Kureha in his entire life, in her entire life. I mean, of course, you're gonna pass out or like, why am I seeing this? Why am I feel this shit? Like kind of piece of shit, no?
Why is she torturing him all of a sudden? But in order to understand why she's torturing him, you need to understand Kiaru's ability. This nuanced power system redo of healer created rivals even Hunter x Hunter's Nen. Get this, right? Kiaru is a healer. Hence the name redo of he. Shut up.
You clearly don't even understand even the freaking title. The trying to you that this healer is trying to pretty much reset his life. That's what it is.
Okay, so Kiaru can heal anything. Broken arm? No problem. McDonald's ice cream machine? No problem.
I like that how you use that reference, dude.
My Hero Academia ending? Well, he can't do everything, but he can pretty much heal anything. Except the catch is he feels the pain in return. Pretty fair trade-off, no? But there's a catch. Not only is he healing people, but he gets to learn all their memories and techniques and all that shit. Okay, that's kinda OP, but it's his power fantasy. If he's to become vengeance and take over all, he's gonna need to be strong. But that's still not.
Yes, of course. That's the reason why he executes his plan. He needs to be stronger to defeat those bullshit sword heroes and gun heroes.
Oh, the other thing is he can make people strong based off his juice. Yes.
Yeah. Even me is freaking.
His juice.
It's freaking weird. Yeah, I agree on him on that. Okay, I give it to him. It's kind of weird that you make your strong by the juice. Why? Since YouTube's not kind to those words, so we're gonna refer that as a juice, just like you said. Okay, I'm not taking it from him that thing is freaking weird.
Which is a whole plot point that's going to be referenced throughout the whole video because his juice is way more important to the story than being an insufferable loser is to
No.
a League of Legends player. But his juice literally sends people crazy. Like, I don't know if he bought those pills from 7-Eleven or what, but he got...
No. I guess being a hero is freaking special. That's why your juice is freaking special, I guess.
people losing their minds over his shit. Dudes losing their minds. Women losing their minds. It was more in the...
Because there are scum. Oh my god. Like, pretty much, I don't understand why you don't freaking understand how the show works. How the freaking show you don't understand why. Because pretty much that's why he done this to him, because they see he's a toy. No, because X toy, okay, X toy, okay. Just put the S on it. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, and PS5s at the start of COVID, but when he refuses to give him his juice, they drug him and torture him for months
Okay?
on end. This was the first moment of Redo Healer where you were like, hold up. What am I watching?
You're pretty much watching how his life start to be tortured and being abused. Purely for own interest, I guess.
Should I continue watching this? Where is this going? This is not the Game of Thrones of anime I was promised. And if this scene isn't pure evidence that they were going to try to appeal to the weird side of anime fans, they...
Yeah, that's weird, but that's happening in the real world too, you know. This is a pretty much more case of what you call poke in a real world, just like what is it called? The case of in Japan, just torture him and then set her on fire, I think. I don't know much pretty much about that case. I don't clearly remember it. This Japanese girl being raped by four, I think four students or four gangs. I don't remember pretty much of it. I'm gonna show you some video of that thing, that case. So just really watch it yourself to understand what I'm talking about.
They had so many other options on how they could have done that scene, because as the great philosopher Scamboli Review said,
could he just do it in a jar? No, because this gives him an excuse to act out the intended viewer's fantasy on the totally super hot girl, and you could have just milked the guy and left him alone. That actually sounds kind of nice. Just milk me and leave me the fuck alone.
but not all can be that wise, but I hear you can reach another level of wisdom and enlightenment if you leave a like and subscribe. But if you thought that's bad, what makes it even worse is how Kiaru beats his drugs. So with the knowledge of his past life,
Yeah, because he came prepared for that, so he doesn't lose his mind to the drugs.
he knew he was going to be impaired before arriving, so he took some shrooms beforehand to build his tolerance. And he took a lot and grinded these drugs. Like he was going to the fucking Olympics for taking drugs every single day. Who's going to carry the boats? I'm going to carry the boats. And he became the junkie of all junkies, and his body became one with narcotics. And that, paired with his healing ability, allowed him to overcome the drugs he was given and eventually break free. And oh yeah, if you're wondering how he beats up everyone after getting free,
Yeah, he doesn't talk about how he broke free. He can broke free easily because the king is too freaking powerful, the power up player. Yeah, he's freaking monsters. His status is freaking monsters. That's why you need to wait the king to go to another country so he can execute his plan. The reason why he can kill the soldier, just use his bare hands to just straight dragging their heads and then heal. That's pretty much
He
of it.
collected every ability like the fucking Infinity Gauntlet because while they were taking his juice, he was copying everything, and he can do whatever he wants at this point. So gets in a room.
Yeah. He used Leonard to change his body to him, to look like him. And he used Leonardo's body to look like Leonardo to get close to player. And then pretty much he said this important news that they're repelled to him. This can be tell in the public, so we can talk about private. So we invite player into the his room, her room, I mean. Then after negotiating, he start to kill those two girl knights, and then pretty much destroy player. He he used heal to remove her mana.
With Flair. And this is where things cross the line. In the scene, he brutally tortures Flair, and it's really disturbing. And there's a lot of gruesome.
Yeah, for you that's gruesome. That's for me just a normal torture. You didn't even know. Like, I don't like to talk about European in this channel. You know, it's most disturbing than this shit, man. It's fucking fucked up than this shit. If you watch those, I recommend you watch those. Uh, no, I guess no. Okay, just forget what I'm telling.
Some details like threatening to stick a flaming rod up her to break.
Yeah. He let her pick. Do you want this rod or my rod? It's kind of funny though in this scene. Yeah, I like pretty much dark things, but this this thing is not much dark. No, this is not not dark. Okay, that everything I watch past shows. Okay, like Evangelion. I know I said it wrong. Or like 90s shows. It's more weird than this shit. You know that. There's more fucking disturbing and weird shit in the 80s and 90s anime, dude. If you watch those animes, no, it's more mess up on that, especially Rupiah.
Breaking her fingers, to paralyzing her legs to poke her. There's a lot of really gruesome details here, and I don't know if the anime wants you to feel super bad for Kiaru. This scene is super disturbing, of course, and caused more backlash than any other scene in anime history. And a common defense.
Of course, in 2021. But when the show is finished aired, they start talking about how the show is good if you're thoroughly paying attention what the show is trying to tell you. Pretty much the details, what are you looking for is in the show. If you keep your track on the show, really.
Defense to the scene is it's just fantasy, and that's often used to defend H anime, and that whole side of Twitter will pop out of their.
Each anime this more not have a plot for me. Pretty much Yes, I know. Most anime doesn't have any plot. They just fuck themselves. They want to fuck with each other. That's it. There's nothing good story about it. But the thing is, Riddle Healer, just there's a plot and story behind it. Why that freaking happened?
Their caves to jump into those conversations, and sometimes they have a point, especially of each anime. Depending, of course, on what you're talking about them defending. But this was an anime that was accessible to basically anyone on most normal anime viewing sites, both legal and RIP to them, boys. Y'all were legends, you will not be forgotten, but I still never heard of those sites, though.
I guess you clearly not know what the other ecchi and more weird normal anime is in the normal site. Clearly, you're trying to tell me that this is not for kids. Yeah, pretty much anime is not for kids, dude. Anime is not the cartoons, dude. Pretty much all anime is more weird and most of them disturbing, right? Just like real life, dude. I guess no one's trying to tell you that. Trying to tell you that this thing happens. Um, easy problem, easy to try to answer it. Question that's already been answered. As a hand answer, I mean, you're just clearly not seeing it clearly. That's the question. And what's the answer of it? I don't know. I'm just making babble things here. But pretty much anime I don't recommend to kids. Because most animes not for kids, especially the sexual tone of much animes. Yeah, especially Attack on Titan.
But point being, this could have easily been viewed by kids, or even people who didn't know what it was going into it, and didn't know it was going to be that messed up. And the other reason is
It's because at first it's very disturbing for you who doesn't execute that kind of content, kind of entertaining. And the thing is, this anime has story, okay? Just clearly, oh my god. That's
it being an anime matters so much is the fact that the level of voice acting is of a higher quality, and instead of the adult rated side of anime, where it's made for someone to find pleasurable, if they're
ah, just like I'm trying to tell. There's more of it if you're trying to just clearly trying to browse all the other freaking anime so see the other disturbing more bunch of shit show just clearly no plot they just want to fuck themselves. My god.
Anyway, this was done to make the audience feel uncomfortable and genuinely feel scared for Flare, or self-insert into Kiaru if that's what you're into and you want self-insert into Kiaru of all people. Hey man, if that's your
God. Makes me wow.
thing. If you're wondering what type of madman wrote this, the one and the only anime man interviewed the author, and he basically said the light novel is way worse, and that he wrote the whole story for shock value and to appeal to all the edgelords out there so he could make a bag of all bags. And yeah, he probably did. But with all that being said, the meme side of it has come.
Yeah. But the thing is In anime, they're trying to clearly to tell you the story in the light novel, which much more easier than the light novel. I know it's more freaking a little bit complicated in the light novel. Yeah, I read those. Okay. Currently now I don't reach much of it because most of the time I watch anime, so that's why I don't have time to read manga and light novel and stuff. Yeah, it's kinda good for me to try to tell the story in the anime more more explainable than the light novel. Okay, that's why more people don't understand. Because they're clearly not trying to look closer what the show is trying to tell you. That's the reason.
Completely taken over. And I swear, I've seen this profile picture in CSGO multiple times.
Yeah, even me trying to use that. Okay, it's clearly just to make more people uncomfortable. Oh my god, why am I doing that?
And I'm not trying to make light of the episode because it's terrible, but since years have passed, everyone feels much more comfortable talking about it. But with that being said, some of these comments are insane. Okay, this anime is actually fucking amazing. I love this episode. And that revenge, he took all her memories and made her his slave and lover. LOL, I love it. What?
Clearly, I don't love the episode. I just if you understand the context of that specific episode, you're clearly trying to, yeah.
What? Dog, this is public, on the internet, for all to see. You have to find a job one day. You might have family one day. Why would you post this? Or this one. I am not a sadist, but watching him get revenge like he did made me smile unhealthily wide. Bittersweet revenge. You reap
I guess that's my unhealthy white is kinda, nope, don't do it.
what you sow. And that filthy owl flare so
True, true. That's trying to say something. He clearly, he gets what, everything what her done, his life is very much get back to her. That's why he
her own downfall. Almost poetic, don't you think? For one, that sounds a lot like a sadist, brother. And two, like, how do you even come up with this? Like what? Why?
that's why he come up with this. The reason why is clearly paying attention what the show is trying to tell you, I guess. That's only trying to tell you.
Why would you comment this? And I can't believe this next one is real. Just fucking look at how the poke makes those cow tits swing. Thank Jesus. Best poke.
Oh my god. Clearly, I'm not tolerating this comment. Okay? This is clearly fucked up, dude. No. Those two, there's a context behind it. This one is straight fucked up, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? This. Oh my. No.
Poke have ever seen. That is not real. The grammar there didn't even make sense, even when you remove the censorship. But
True. True. Even reading it is not sense.
there's an endless supply of these, and a lot of them are really lighthearted jokes that
No. That's not get approval. That's your own executional, okay?
are fully memeing it, unlike the ones I just read aloud. It makes sense the internet would come up with some ways to make it funny. Like think, if 9/11 gets memed, no one is really safe. But let's jump on over now to the next section of this epic odyssey and tale. Because this is where things get really weird. Definitely still messed up, but also just like really, really stupid and weird, and probably some of the most insane methods of torture you will see in any piece of media. So after
Clearly, you don't watch other disturbing things, I guess. That's why you come out trying to say this is stupid. You don't know the context of it. That's it.
Kiaru did what he did, he essentially wiped her memories, changed her face, and made her his slave to make love to whenever he wants and to fight.
In her past life, that's what Claire do to her, to him. I mean, he make him fight, forcing him to fight, and become his slave, just toying him like a. Oh my god, I can. The stick that everyone use for pleasure thing, right? Pretty much what he do is what do to her. It's like backfiring what player done to him. That's the reason why he done this.
Fight for him, and he also changed his own face as he was fleeing. And wow, dude, you really picked a unique face. Definitely do not know who that is.
They're clearly the same but more mature than the face that he changed than his original face. Her her original face is more baby or like a young one. This is the matured one.
Where's Waldo rolling in his grave? From there, he goes on wandering the world, seeking his
Yeah.
revenge, and the anime tries to do this BS where they try and convince you he's a good guy. They do this whole thing of having him clear up a poison
Clearly, if you know the context, like I keep telling you 10 more freaking times.
river, something like that. And during that journey,
Some, yeah, at first it's clearly now makes sense why there's a poison in the village in the first place. But later on, you get a glimpse of it.
he frees a slave, and he chooses to help her village, but it's redo of healer. Of course, there's a catch. You see this wolf girl? She's a fighter, but she's power cap like in an RPG game. But the only way for her to exceed her power cap and to be able to get stronger and level up is not by training, but by
His skills, yeah. This is weird. I know.
eating his juice. Like, bro, this guy is straight up just the ultimate meme lord, edgelord. He's just trying to appeal to the fantasy of every pre-death isekai protagonist.
But for me, no. There's much more fucked up than that. Clearly, if you watch more edgy things, weird torture shit. For me, this is a light torture.
Like, I know this isn't a super original concept, but he definitely called all his friends and was like, you know what? I added this wolf girl to my story. And guess how she gets stronger?
By taking in the main character's juice.
I wish I had the balls to not say juice. Like, I feel like such a clown.
Please leave a like.
But
Yeah, it's kind of like a clown. But the reason why is you can't say that specific word to the YouTube because YouTube's gonna not happy with that word, okay?
as the series continued, Kiaru's harem kept on growing, and his next victim was the Sword Saint. And they have an epic duel. Nah, this duel is
Yeah. This fight is clearly deceiving each other. That's the reason of this fight, okay? Deceiving each other. Not fair fight, okay? It's not a fair fight. It's deceiving your move, opponent's move to make your move, okay? Clearly, I know what. I guess the context. It's easy to understand the context, but more people just not trying to tell the context of it because of the scene in episode 2 that clearly pointing out that, yeah,
Literally one of the worst animated fights of all time. Like, bro, what is this? It's like when a kid asks his mom, "Can I have Naruto versus Sasuke?" No, son, we have Naruto versus Sasuke at home. Like, bro, what is this? But she's probably
clearly don't. Oh my god, I don't need to spell that out. After reacting to this one, I'm gonna talk about what's pretty much the context of the show was trying to tell you.
the only character who didn't wrong him.
Watch it until the end of video.
So you'd think he would treat her well, and once he settles her down and convinces her that he's actually a good guy by lying, he proceeds to drug her. And he
Because if, oh my god, if not her drug, so he can manipulate Kureha or make use of her a little bit in the story. Clearly, he need Kureha to proceed his plan, I guess. That's the show trying to tell you. That's why he drug her and force her to love him. Easy to understand, easy to explain.
thought that Kiaru was meant to be this deep and tragic character just goes right out the window because she didn't do anything super bad to him and he's just completely taking advantage of her. And the only reason they do
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
this is so he can have a harem. Like, there's absolutely
Not harem, dude. You clearly don't know what the reason why he acquired Kureha. Kureha is freaking monster too. Her status is freaking monsters than a normal person. Than a more normal, okay? That's why he take advantage of it, and then Kureha can get more information in the castle because he can get in. But Kayara, in the other hand, he can go to the castle to get more information of it. That's why he used Kureha. That's the reason why he... Oh my god! Easy to understand.
no reason for him and her to like have any form of relationship like that in any capacity. But the anime dips right back in to try and convince you he's a good guy because this is anime. We need depth, we need story. He's trying to save his townspeople from back in the day, and one of them is his mom. And oh my goodness, is there actually something we're gonna have here? Is there actually gonna be a moment that is deep and not goofy? So when his mom got captured, she got poked by this general. Okay, this would be how you use dark concepts and make it Games of Thronesy. There should be something that is punished here. There's a bit of setup to see what happens. This gotta be an epic showdown, right? Something cool like that.
No. There's no epic battle. Let's just proceed and then tell you why he done it.
That Shikamaru get back level revenge. So Kiaru changes his own face. Okay. He traps the general in a room. Okay. And he transformed this guy into a woman and proceeds to make him get poked by some ogres. Why? I feel like at this point people just fully stopped taking the show seriously, and maybe you never should have from the beginning, because it was just like, oh, we're just gonna...
The reason why he done that to let Leonardo to experience what he done to his mother. How feel to be poked, okay? That's the reason. And let experience what his other victim he done in the past to experience those. Huh? That's the reason why he done that in the first place, okay? If clearly, if he not done that, maybe he's just straight killing Leonardo in the first place. He doesn't torture him. He's actually just trying to tell that, hey, you done Since you done this, I'll let you feel it. That's the reason. Purely a reason.
Gonna make this as crazy as possible. Like, I get that it's supposed to be this crazy revenge, and the scene isn't as gruesome as episode 2, but there's just ways they could have executed this to make you actually feel good about what Kiaru did, because he was actually wronged. But like I said, it's just full shock value now. But after that, he goes
Wrong. For your perspective, because clearly you know the context. You know your answer. Pretty much you know what to do in his situation. Oh no. Oh,
the town people, let's go, that's our boy, give him the Nobel Prize, what a good guy, he saved the day, this must be the end of the anime. No, this is a redo of Healer. We got another twist coming in.
because I'm gonna tell you, the country, the castle, and the soldiers, pretty much everything in the castle is scum people. Yeah, actually, they're scum. That's why normal people like Kearu doesn't have a power to fight on. That's why, oh my god, it's easy to understand. The reason why more people doesn't take seriously of the show, clearly they're just pointing out that how they torture Fleur in episode 2. Just they're trying to point out that's why they don't want to take serious on the series. That's why they don't understand what's behind it, what's the context. This is not a shitty she anime than other. They just trained the fan service for some reason. They make that anime for some fan service. Okay? This have a little bit plot, context, and story behind those executional care did, okay?
And Norn, the sister of Flare, and a character who's supposed to be more devious and more cruel than Kiaru himself, the lowest of the low, but actually smart as well. But if you're looking
True. Yes, was trying to say is true. I'm not gonna argue with that.
for a reason why she's bad and why she opposes Kiaru, we do not know. But it's all good because we have shock value.
Clearly, he, I mean, she was aided with battle and tactic, and he educate deceiving people and trying to read people's minds like psychological thing to understand what they are trying to thinking or what they're trying to do. More psychological things to do, right? I don't know because I don't know more much psychological things. Okay, but that's the reason why he's smart and can deceive people and can read what others thinking because he study it. She studied it in another country to help her sister because clearly she's fell in love with her own sister. That's it.
Value. Right? Right? And you don't even want to know what went down here. Trust me, it was strange. Honestly, not even dark, just really strange. Well, it was a little dark, like dim, I would say.
In this part, I think she asked Blade on this part what they are doing to her sister. That's why they're trying to tell KR that Let me experience that too. What my sister has been doing to you. He really pretty much love his own sister. That's why he do what her sister do. Oh my god.
It was dim, but it was just super weird scene. So while they foreshadow the greatest duel in anime, super evil villain versus edgelord protagonist, we get to see this little side quest of him running into the demon lord. Now class, if you were paying attention, this is the same demon lord that him and the Avengers were fighting.
Clearly, you're not paying attention on the show itself. Okay? Okay? You're clearly not paying attention what's the context, okay? That's the reason why I'm talking about this in the first place. Oh my god.
But she's not strong enough yet. So on this run, he's gonna try and manipulate her for her power so he can abuse it. What about that?
Yeah, there's not he's not wrong about that, but the context is he just want the demons the previous demon's heart. I guess I don't much know the context what she's going to use of that because clearly in the manga there's no answer for that for now. For now, okay? The problem is they execute that particular thing and then they just later reveal what's the context behind it. That's why more people don't understand what the fuck that thing doing in this freaking show. That's the reason why don't much people don't understand in the first place. They're just late doing explanation later a bit on.
At Steingate or ReZero? Could Subaru-sama think of that? Jesus Christ, man. Like, do they think this is like some high-level writing? Oh yeah, she's also the only character that he doesn't do the deed with. So what resilience the author showed there. I'm sure some manga readers are going to be like, does he know? The next section of this video is probably the most ridiculous thing I have ever had to script in my entire life. So essentially, Norn's party and Kiaru's party are in the same vicinity, and one of Norn's commanders is named Blade. And Blade is evil and sinister. She's kind of like the meme of when you ask a girl out at the bar, and she says yes, but her friend says no. That's basically Blade is to Flare and Norn, and she was poking a lot of the women in this village, because that's what commanders do, I guess. After a
No. Because type because he's calm. That's it. Clearly there's comes.
long plot, Kiaru gets himself cornered with her and he transforms himself into the woman Kiara. And you know, this shit is actually just getting ridiculous. Like, his name is Kiaru, yet when he transforms his face after what he did to Flare, he changes it into Kiarga, and now he's fucking Kiara. Like, Jesus Christ.
Ridiculous. This how clearly close her his name to other face that oh my god. Yeah, I agree on this that like why?
Makes a Superman Clark Kent shit look like child's play. Anyways, after
Good one.
he transformed himself, he allowed himself to be captured by Blade. She tries to force herself onto him, who she thinks is
The reason why he does that because he can get close to Blade in the first place because Blade is freaking lesbian, so he doesn't want men. So that's why he used women's space to get close to get on revenge on her. That's the reason.
a woman. When she gets down there, she meets a little friend in the lower region of Kiara. And Jesus Christ, you cannot tell me they weren't going for humor with this. But basically, he knocks her out and paralyzes her and forces three men to, like Jesus Christ, man. Like some of these punishments are just
Clearly just trying to do the same to Leonardo in the first place. Because, I'm just gonna talk about a little bit later in the video.
so clearly to make those Discord mods out there laugh. Like, I get it's ridiculous, but when you think about what goes into how this came to be, like, how the hell did anyone come up with this and go, we cooking right now? Like, I get some of the scenes in this show can be comical, but I fully see how you can keep the dick slap in there. Like, I fully get it. They definitely were clip farming in 2021, but this was just like, why? Well, moving forward, Norn's only remaining warrior is named Hawkeye. I know, y'all thought I was saying Avenger to be funny, eh? But he's there, and his name is actually Hawkeye, and apparently he's actually too strong for Kiaru. And like, I call cap on that bullshit right now. How bad are you at fighting that you can't win with everything Kiaru has? Kiaru literally has every ability known to abilities. How could he actually manage to lose a fight?
Clearly, the reason why is experience. And Hawkeye is much more clearly have special ability that Karu themselves cannot win it in the first place. That's why, oh my god. There's a gap between experience, dude. That's the show trying to tell you in the first place. Oh my god. I guess doesn't clearly pay attention.
But it doesn't even make sense, but whatever.
Yes, for you, because he doesn't pay attention in the first place.
Hawkeye and Norn use their army to kill a bunch of normal people in the city, and one of them.
The reason why is they don't like demons roaming around in that particular village, Branica. That's why they execute this plan to pretty much massacre all the village to make new ones. Yeah, that's the reason why they done that in the first place. Okay.
Them is Kiaru's friend, so he becomes super bad mad. Oh, he's angry, he got eye water, feel bad for him. And then Kiaru goes and kills Hawkeye, because I guess that was his Nine-Tails moment. He let the rage take over and it powered him up to defeat him. So now it's time for the
Because of the weapons. That's the reason why he become more power than Hawkeye in the first. Oh my god. Clearly, the. Anyway, continue.
Norn torture scene, and this time he brings back Flare to taunt Norn by turning Flare into a dog to lick Norn's, and if Norn can last till morning, she can go free. But she doesn't, because apparently she loves her sister more than anything in the world. And holy Jesus, man, is this their attempt of adding depth to their characters? Like what, are we supposed to all of a sudden be like, oh, Norn, what a deep character? Or Kiaru, what a manipulative mastermind if you're one of those people that supports Kiaru. But all that came from it was
Clearly, if you don't understand anything of it, okay, that's why you're confused. Clearly, you say, what the fuck, why?
Kiaru poking her, erasing her memory, and turns her into a girl named Ellen. And he tells his party when he presents her to them that it's his sister, and they all just, go with it. Like, nah, man, some of them are just stupid as hell. Like, I get they're all obsessed with his pee-pee, but, come on, man. And what's even worse is after they meet her, they all do the deed together.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird, too. Yes. I'm not much into a sister thing, okay? If you're her sister, well, just, yeah. Clearly, this one I agree on her. I agree on him.
Knowing that that's his sister. Like, what? How? how? No one thought this was like, oh, maybe we should ask him about this. I don't know, man.
Clearly, you don't understand it. Pretty much of it. Just pointing out what is done. I didn't think why he done that. He done all that in the first place. Okay, we're not gonna continue that because that's the end of the video. So we're going to conclude everything. First of all, hero is a normal village wants to be a hero and become and be chosen by the gods. I think they're gods. I don't know. He's chosen to be a healer hero. So after Flair trying to pretty much recruit another hero, he spotted him, right? If you not become a hero, you will not be a scum in the first place. You will just be a normal village, and then you will be attacked by player soldiers, and then just destroying their village for their pot. Clearly, soldiers is just straight destroying village for their own desires, for fun, I guess. Do you even know the reason why he doesn't rely on the castle's justice? Because within the castle is corrupt, dude. There's no freaking justice on this. They justify their own desires, saying execute this their own desire for own pleasures. That's the reason why his world is corrupt. He doesn't have any power. That's why he's just what is it called? Ito. His courage and self to fight on his own doesn't rely on justice on the castle because they're corrupt in the first place and doesn't then help you and just trying abuse you and do their own desires. Clearly, people in the castle, the princess, the king, straight scum, and the soldiers is scum too. Care would be a scum if he doesn't become a hero in the first place. Okay, the story just has been ended with Care dying by attack by soldiers. He's just innocent boy, just hit by fuck reality, just like real life, dude. You hit by reality by just slapping you in the reality. There's no good deed in the real world. The scummy person is roaming around, just laying there and some, you know, laying there. Just gonna cut that up. Clearly, bad people is all around to abuse you, poke you. Yeah, just straight poke. Okay, we're not gonna say that word. That's the pretty much the context. If he wasn't be abused, he would done this in the first place, right? I guess I hope you enjoy this. Oh my god. Easy, much context if you paying attention in the show. Before we end this,
I think the most annoying part of watching